All right, welcome everyone to another deep dive. This time we're taking a look into the future, at least the future, according to GeoVision.
Oh, yeah.
So someone sent us what appears to be a leaked voiceover script for GeoVision's presentation at ISCWest 2025.
Wow, 2025. So,
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
yeah.
So we thought it'd be fun to kind of take a peek into this script and see what they're planning to unveil, in a couple years.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing some pretty interesting stuff with, new hardware, software, and cloud solutions.
Yeah, looks like across the board. So why don't we start with the hardware? The script mentions this new camera, the TMS-2811, 20 megapixels, 4 lenses. I mean, that alone sounds impressive, but
it's a beast.
it is. But what really jumps out, at least to me, is the 360-degree view.
Wow.
So imagine one camera replacing, multiple units, no more blind spots. Think about like a huge parking lot or even a busy playground, one camera to cover it all.
Yeah, especially with that level of detail, 20 megapixels, you're going to be able to zoom in and really see what's going on. That's
Exactly. And it looks like it's built to last, too. They're talking about IP67 and IK10 ratings, so...
Oh, wow. So it can take a beating.
Yeah, it can handle pretty much anything you throw at it.
It's like the Terminator of security cameras.
I like that. The Terminator of security cameras. And, speaking of seeing things clearly, they're also introducing this new AI ISP image processing technology. Have you ever had to deal with, like, grainy nighttime security footage?
Oh, yeah, all the time. It's like...
It's trying to make out details.
It's a nightmare.
So this AI ISP, it uses AI to improve the low-light image quality. They say it can even preserve details like, facial features, clothing colors, even small objects.
Wow, so it's like night vision, but even better.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of detail could be, the difference between solving a case or hitting a dead end. It's huge. Now, they're also upgrading their TMF 58800 thermal camera. They're adding dual image fusion capability.
So you get the thermal and the regular image together.
Yep, both at the same time. So you see the heat signatures, but you also get the visual detail, like having 2 cameras in one.
That's pretty amazing. Think about the applications for that, like search and rescue, right? Or even fire safety. Being able to see through smoke, identify heat sources, that could be a game changer.
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about access control. The IS-320, it's an all-in-one unit. It's a controller, a reader, and a camera all in one.
Oh, wow. That's convenient.
So it streamlines everything. But they're also really pushing facial recognition technology. They're releasing 2 new panels, the Mini FR panel and the FR panel V2. It's like, having a super smart doorman who just recognizes you.
No more fumbling for keys.
Exactly. But what's cool is they're giving you options, right? Different sizes, different face capacities. You can even use them standalone or integrated with their software, so you can tailor it to your needs.
That's great. It seems like they're really focused on giving users flexibility and control.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. So we've seen some pretty cool advancements in hardware, but what about software? Are they pushing any boundaries there?
Oh, definitely. They're making some pretty bold moves, especially with their video management software. And they're really embracing artificial intelligence in some interesting ways.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, we're about to get into some really cool stuff. Let's dive into that next.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so picking up where we left off, let's dive into this software stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned some pretty bold moves, especially with their VMS, their video management software.
Right, and one of the big things they're highlighting is this new VMS V20. And get this, it's free.
Free?
Well, free for up to 64 GeoVision cameras.
Okay. That's pretty generous.
Yeah, and even the paid version supports up to 256 channels, so it's, scalable.
Right.
But what's really cool about VMS V20 is all the AI stuff they've baked in.
Oh, okay. Now you've got my attention. Like, what kind of AI features are we talking about?
Well, one of the big ones is AI query. So imagine, instead of having to, manually scrub through hours of footage, you can just, search for specific things. Like, let's say you're looking for someone wearing a red shirt.
Uh-huh.
You can just type that in, and the AI will find all the instances where someone's wearing a red shirt.
Wow, so it's like a super-powered search engine for your security footage.
Exactly. Or you need to find a specific type of car, a blue pickup truck. Boom, the AI can pinpoint it for you.
That's pretty amazing. It would save so much time and, make sure you don't miss anything important.
Right, exactly. And they've even thought about privacy, with all this AI analyzing footage.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, they've added this face mosaic function and customizable privacy mask areas,
Uh-huh.
so you can, blur out faces or sensitive information.
That's important, especially these days.
Absolutely. But VMS V20 isn't their only AI-powered software. They're also releasing this thing called AI Guard, and it's specifically focused on vehicle analytics.
Oh, interesting. So like license plate recognition and stuff.
Yeah, license plate recognition, vehicle type, and color identification, even wait time tracking. So, if you're managing a parking lot or a car wash, or even just monitoring traffic flow.
That would be super useful.
Right. It's like having an AI assistant dedicated to analyzing vehicle activity.
I like it. And is that it for the AI stuff, or are there like other analytics they're working on?
Oh, they're just getting started. They're talking about AI that can, recognize text on shipping containers, detect if workers are wearing proper safety gear, even identify potential falls.
Wow, it's amazing how far AI has come.
Right. And it seems like GeoVision is really, betting big on it. It's going to be interesting to see how all this stuff develops in the next few years.
Absolutely. But they're not just focused on individual software solutions, right? The script also mentions this shift towards AI-powered monitoring senders.
Yes, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it sounds like a major departure from the traditional, human-reliant systems.
Right. And they're proposing two options. There's Center V2 Pro with an AI inference server, and then there's this cloud-based solution called Cloud Video Watch.
Okay, so two very different approaches. What's the main difference?
Well, both systems are designed to, leverage AI to make monitoring centers more efficient and accurate.
Uh-huh.
But Center V2 Pro is more of an on-premises solution.
Okay, so you need to have your own servers and stuff.
Right. And it basically acts as a filter for motion events. So the AI is constantly analyzing the footage, but it only alerts human operators when it sees something involving people or vehicles.
Oh, that's smart. So you're not wasting time looking at, like, a tree blowing in the wind.
Exactly. It lets the operators focus on the events that actually matter.
Makes sense. And what about Cloud Video Watch? How does that work?
So with Cloud Video Watch, everything is handled in the cloud.
Okay, so no need for your own servers.
Nope, it's all managed remotely. And just like Center V2 Pro, it uses AI to analyze the footage and prioritize events.
So it's more about, like, collaboration between the AI and the human operators.
Right. The AI does the heavy lifting, but the human operators are still there to make the final decisions and take action.
It's a pretty cool hybrid approach.
Yeah, and they've even built in these robust reporting systems so you can track event types, case statuses, all that stuff. Gives you a lot of data to work with.
Data is king, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fascinating to see how they're, combining AI, cloud technology, and these collaborative workflows to really redefine what security monitoring looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing. But as we keep digging into these innovations, I can't help but wonder, what does this mean for the future of the security industry as a whole?
Yeah, there are definitely some big questions to consider, like what's the role of human operators going to be in this increasingly automated world?
Right. It's something to think about. But speaking of the ever-expanding role of technology, GeoVision isn't just focused on hardware and software. They're also building this whole cloud ecosystem.
Yeah, GV Cloud.
And that's where things get really interesting. Should we jump into that and see what they've got cooking?
Let's do it.
So this GV Cloud thing, it sounds like GeoVision's building a whole connected ecosystem for security.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
It is. It's not just about individual devices anymore, right? It's cameras, it's access control, it's even mobile devices, all kind of coming together under this GV Cloud.
Exactly. And they're offering a bunch of different ways to get connected. So you can have cameras that, connect directly to the cloud right out of the box. Or they have this Cloud Bridge Pro software that can connect existing GeoVision cameras or even third-party cameras.
So it doesn't matter if you're starting from scratch or if you've already got a system in place. There's a way to kind of get on board with this.
Yeah, it seems pretty flexible.
And once you're in the cloud, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Like Cloud VMS, you can actually upgrade the firmware of your cloud cameras just through the user interface.
Oh, wow.
No more messing around with complicated updates or anything. It's all handled remotely.
That's huge, especially if you're managing a lot of cameras.
Exactly. And they're adding other convenient features too, like customizable live view layouts, AI-powered search for vehicles. They even have a hybrid satellite view on their e-maps.
So they're not just, putting stuff in the cloud. They're actually making it more powerful and more user-friendly.
Right. It's not just a storage locker in the sky.
Exactly. And they're not neglecting access control either. They're planning to integrate their IA1330 doorbell intercom, the FR Panel V2 for facial recognition, and even the LPR 2812DL for license plate recognition into cloud access control.
So it's like they're blurring the lines between security, access control, and just like convenience
Yeah,
features,
and it's all managed from the cloud, which is
which makes it super convenient.
exactly.
Oh, and they're streamlining the hardware structure too. They have this CloudBridge Pro thing that combines the features of AS Bridge and CloudBridge. So it sounds like they're trying to make, deployment and management as easy as possible.
Yeah, less hardware to deal with.
And speaking of easy, let's not forget about Cloud Mobile. Their app for managing both cloud VMS and cloud access control.
Right.
You can view live footage, playback recordings, control doors remotely, trigger lockdowns, receive push notifications. You can even use AI to search through events. And it's all from your phone.
Wow, it's like a portable security command center.
It is. And they're adding even more features. Like the next version will have support for the IA330 doorbell intercom.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can see who's at the door. You can even unlock it remotely. Plus, they're adding support for lockdown scenarios.
So in an emergency, you can quickly secure a facility.
Exactly.
That's pretty important.
It is. It really does seem like they've thought of everything.
Yeah, they're really going all in on this cloud stuff.
They are. And with all these features, they're painting a pretty compelling picture of what the future of security might look like.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting.
It is. So for anyone listening, this leaked script gives us a little glimpse into what's coming. So whether you're a security professional or a business owner or just someone who, cares about staying safe, this stuff is worth paying attention to.
Absolutely. It's changing fast, and it's only going to get, more advanced and more integrated in the future.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I think that about wraps up our deep dive into GeoVision's 2025 plans. It's been a fascinating journey. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's always fun to speculate about the future.
It is. And who knows, maybe some of this stuff will even be here sooner than we think.
I hope so.
All right, that's it for this episode. Be sure to check back for more deep dives into the world of security tech.